What up, everybody? Welcome to the fastest 10 minutes in podcasting there is right now in the Philadelphia area. This is the Eagles halftime show right here on DSM Media, brought to you by Manscaped, the best in men grooming needs. Use promo code TRENDING at checkout, get you 20% off and free shipping. Make sure you check them out. I am Phil Stifel from DSM Media. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. If you want to comment about what's going on in this first half of the Eagles game, make sure you head over to the DSM Media Facebook or YouTube page, Twitch as well. That's where you can get your comments in and get your comments heard here at the half. Eagles are up surprisingly in the first half, 20-10 over the Denver Broncos. Lots to talk about in the next 8 minutes here as we're live. But again, like I said, make sure you're tuning in on Facebook or YouTube if you want your comments heard. Excuse me. So what's there to talk about in the first half? There's lots. Offensively and defensively, two totally different stories. Offensively, Jalen Hurts is cruising. The Eagles' offense is cruising. It was unfortunate on the opening drive that they didn't get a touchdown. They got a field goal, but they moved the ball really well, very efficiently, a really good mix of run and pass, RPOs, under center, shotguns, everything I've been calling for them to do. They did well. The Jalen Hurts to Devontae Smith connection. First off, that big touchdown pass, the first touchdown pass of the game. Man, Devontae Smith went up and got that ball, held on, tough catch. That's why you draft Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner. That's why you make him your wide receiver one. You anchor your offense around him. I mean, the guy's unstoppable. He had another touchdown catch later in the first half there, and a couple field goals from Jake Elliott. So that's how the Eagles got their 20 points. The one sad part of the offense is that, Dallas Goedert's out for the game. Took an awful hit to the helmet there on an excellent play. Jalen Hurts was getting pressure. He slid in the pocket. He stepped up. Instead of taking off for a 5 or 6 yard rush, he was able to step up and fire a great pass down the middle to Dallas Goedert. And unfortunately, he took an awful shot to the head, which, again, no foul was called on the play. You've got people like, the taunting penalty Avonte Maddox took, which was the right call, obviously. It's taunting. It is the rule. It's a sucky rule, but it is the rule. But, a hit like that, an elbow and a shoulder right to the helmet and the head of a player, a defenseless player, because he was still coming in with the ball. I don't know why the refs didn't call that, and I'm going to be talking about that a lot this week on every show because that's just a shame. Yeah, that probably outside the injury to Dallas Goedert, the Quez dropping that touchdown there at the end. Man, I don't know. I can't wait to hear what Quez just had a moment, lapse in concentration, a momentary lapse in something there. I don't know. That was unfortunate for sure because that needed to be caught. And that's the difference between not as the announcer said 27-10. That's 24-10 would be the score, not 20-10. And Denver does get the ball in the start of the second half. So, that 4-point difference there, that who knows? Maybe that could come back to it'll blow somebody's parlay probably. Well, I can't hit my parlay, Scotty, because I have Dallas Goedert getting 50 receiving yards, and that's not happening. So I'm done there. But yeah, really, really strong first half from the Eagles offense. Very few mistakes. I mean, I'll go over the exact box score. Hurts 15 of 20, 176 yards, 2 touchdowns, a 134 rating. He's got 52 rushing yards. Jordan Howard, another strong first half of the game, 6 rushes, 29 yards. Boston Scott, 6 rushes, 22 yards. Kenny G got two rushes for 5 yards. So there's 20 rushes for 100 yards to 20 passes for 170 yards. That's balanced. That's what we've been talking about. That's what we want. I'm completely happy and impressed with the game plan and the play calls that Nick Sirianni has because this Denver defense is still pretty good. It's still a top-ranked run defense. They still get great pressure. They're one of the top blitzing teams in the league. Even without Von Miller, they're still doing a really good job. We can flip the script a little bit. Is Jalen Hurts growing or is Denver bad? No, Denver's defense is really good. I'm definitely, a fan of Denver's defense. They're really strong. I've had them in fantasy for some weeks this year. They're definitely a really good defense. Jalen Hurts is just playing really well. He's making the right decisions. It's almost like the game has slowed down today. I'm not going to jump to conclusions and say he's going to have this kind of a game going forward, but the game seems slower today for Jalen Hurts, which is good. Every young player in their development at some point, if they're going to be a major success in the NFL or in any sport, really, the game slows down a little bit. And today, it looks like he's got plenty of time. He's doing what he needs to do, make his reads. So, it's not Denver being bad. It's Philly and Jalen Hurts playing well. It's a great game plan as well. Defensive side of the ball. Got to talk about it. Everybody was jumping to conclusions. After we went down the field and got that field goal on the opening drive, the Eagles defense came out and -1 yards, 3 and out on Denver's defense. Whoa, we got something changing here. No. I think we saw Eagles defense is what it is. It's a bad defense. A lot of bad plays, a lot of big plays. They've gone down the field twice on us. Once was held to a field goal, and obviously the Melvin Gordon touchdown run. Teddy Bridgewater, 6 of 10, 91 yards. That's actually pretty bad for him. Honestly, there's obviously, I'm not going to try to say his name, their second tight end, Albert O, I'm just going to call him, with the big 64-yard run. Looked like TJ Edwards and I forget who the other guy, maybe McLeod. They tried to crash. They tried to break up the play. They missed. He took off. It's just unfortunate when like a 600-pound tight end can't be caught by anybody until he's gassed from running 64 yards. So the defense has to be better there. The Eagles defense still, again, multiple penalties. I know Dirk Barnett had an offside. You had, Avonte Maddox with the stupid taunting call. Again, stupid call, but it's the rule, and it is week 10. I'm tired of hearing people talk about the bad taunting foul and the taunting rule and how awful it is. We all agree it's an awful rule, and Roger Goodell and the NFL, has to do something about that in the offseason, but it is the rule. This is not week 1. This is week 10. Players and teams need to realize that this is a rule. It's a stupid penalty, but it's one that 10 weeks in, it's coming. So just learn to control your emotions a little bit, everybody. The Eagles defense still not good. They do have a sack. It was Dirk Barnett, who one sack does not make up for all the stupid plays and penalties, but it is what it is. Fletcher Cox, another game. He's not in the box score right now in the first half. On that Dirk Barnett sack, if you go back and rewatch that sack, he tries to go up the middle. Javon Hargrave crashes. Javon Hargrave gets pressure. Teddy Bridgewater moves. Dirk Barnett gets the sack. Fletcher Cox had one guy. There was 3 guys blocking Hargrave and Dirk Barnett, and they got home. Fletcher Cox could not move his one lineman that he was going one-on-one with. They got to work on their rotation a little bit because he's obviously getting gassed in every single game way too quickly. He's still a really good player. He's not the Fletcher Cox of old, but he's still a really good player. Maybe you just got to cut back on some of his snaps. You got Milton Williams. You got some other guys that you can rotate in there. They need to work on that or run some more of that 3-3, dime defense that they've been doing from time to time this year, where you got 3 linemen, make Hargrave your nose tackle. Something like that needs to change because Fletcher Cox can't play the snaps he's playing, and because he's being worn out, and you can see it. So anyway, what has to happen to win this game? I said it on every show this week, Trending in the AM, our Monday through Friday morning show, Trending for 4 quarters, my Wednesday night show. On every other show I was on, I said 2 keys to winning this game. Key 1, time of possession, because our defense cannot continue to be out there nonstop, for 30, 35, 40 minutes a game. It just can't happen like that. And guess what? Right now, in the first half, time of possession, 20 minutes and 42 seconds for the Eagles, 9 minutes and 18 seconds for the Broncos. So key 1 is happening, and we're winning. 2010. No surprise there. Key 2 was a turnover battle, winning the turnover battle. All we need to see is Jalen Hurts not turn the ball over. Even if we just break even 0-0, I'll be really happy and think we have a really good shot going forward in winning this game. But if the defense can make one big play, if Darius Slay can get a pick, which thank goodness he was able to come back in right after a little scary hit there that seemed to have him shaken up a little bit. If we can get one key turnover, force Teddy Bridgewater is one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league. Having only 1 sack on him is a little shame, but if somebody could just get up in his face, bat a ball, pick off a ball, force him to fumble the ball. Gordon and Williams are not going to fumble the ball. All they need to do is create 1 turnover and keep this time of possession battle in their favor. And the Eagles will go on and win this game and get their record to 4-6. Just got to, zone in on those things. Yeah, this is the kind of offense they need to run. And it's not last 2 weeks heavy run or the heavy passes from weeks before. This is a well-balanced offense attack so far. We've talked about that already this show. 20 runs, 20 passes. That's that's what well-balanced is. Anyway, fastest 10 minutes is over. We'll be back live right here on DSM Media, tapped in on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all the sites, everywhere. You know it. I'll be doing Eagles Aftermath, the post-game show. We'll have all the coaches and players press conference, and I'll be joined by new team DSM member, El Parcero. You know him from his soccer and union coverage, and he's a true 5 for 5. So I'm super excited to have him with me on the post-game show tonight. Eagles Aftermath will be live right after the clock hits 0. Tapped in. I just went 11 minutes instead of 10 minutes. I lied to y'all. I'm sorry. I will all see you all later after the game. Go Birds, and let's keep